Hello and welcome, Data+Train, and I'm Neil Hambly. I'll be your host for tonight's session. So welcome to episode 4 for August, so August the 4th, live stream number 4, and we're going live streaming every single day in August. We're relatively new to the YouTube channel, so we're kind of getting our kind of base set up and getting everything kind of working. So hopefully you will see some good images, some good sound. I'll bring that a little bit closer, and hopefully that's going to be kind of right on point for you. And tonight in this video we're going to be looking at the DA100. We're going to explore what's really kind of about that specific certification, why it's changed from the previous product based and why we're new doing role based, and we're going to look at some certification tests that you can undertake. We talked about those yesterday, but we didn't have time to finish those in the lab. So this is the Pluralsight Role IQ that we're going to have a look at. And then we're going to also explore and look at some of the other resources. Let me kind of just bring up the right screen. I knew I'd do a wrong button check at some point, and we kicked off with the wrong one. So this is start of what will build over the next few weeks and into both September, October, and November, as we build out and explore the different categories. So we've got prepare the data in August. We're going to explore that. We looked at this a little bit yesterday, so if you ran through yesterday, hi again. If you weren't, then we're going to cover a little bit of that. But we had a lab that we set up, and we'll show you where that lab is, and you can go and do that lab yourself, and that's going to be a great way to start with learning Power BI. So over the next kind of every single day in August, and then kind of probably once or twice a week in September onwards, we'll be doing these live sessions. You can bring your questions to those, general Power BI questions as well as the certification questions. So you can put those in the chat window, and we can then keep an eye on the chat, and then as those questions come up, we can answer those. So if you have one, if you just want to say hi, otherwise say hello. We're also celebrating 200 subscribers. So say we've only been just about 6 weeks. So I kind of went live with the channel, and I did a couple of things in the first week, and then had a 3-week kind of block where I was busy on other items. And then last week I kind of really started to get together with the content for August, and here we are. So we're going to now expose some kind of the inner workings of the DA100. So let's go and look at that certification. So I'm going to go and pull up the certification tab, and we're going to look down and see that it's under the Azure certification type. It's a role base, and if I go down, you'll see that we have it. Let's go down and zoom in a little bit, and we have the DA100, which is the Data Analyst Associate certification. So a single exam, the DA100. There's a 4-day, not 5-day. I've been quoted as a 5-day, and I think my brain just kind of was thinking about a different course. This is a 4-day course, and we're going to be running this course in August 17th to the 20th. So I booked it in, and you're going to be able to potentially attend that. And the reason why I'm saying that is there's a chance, there's a competition that you could be a winner for. So the winner of the competition that we're going to run, so every single day, we started with Sunday. This is now Tuesday, so we're on to our 3rd day, and we've got a code word every single day. Now, a little hint for you, it's in the recording, so go and have a look, and you can pick up the code words for every single of the days. So there's a different code word. I won't say the code word right now. We're going to say it a little bit further on, and then I'll repeat it later on as well. And on the Saturday, we're going to open up the form, and then you can fill in, and we've got 3 or 4 days of the competition being open. We're then going to pick a winner for every single day. So Sunday, for those who got the right keyword, who filled in the form with an entry for that keyword and got it correct, they will be put into a random pool. I will do a video drawing. So we're going to do a drawing later that week, the following week rather, and see who's winner of that. Everyone who wins on a daily will then be the 5 or 6 different days we have. We will put those together and do a final competition draw. So the winner of that gets the seat. The ones who got the daily prize but didn't end up kind of getting the major prize will get a 50% discount, and everyone else, they're going to get 25% discount. We're very generous at the moment, and I will say that the price that you're going to be paying for that course is about 1/3 of the current listed price by the big learning providers, and the instructor will more likely be someone like myself. I've been approached to do a few deliveries already, so you know, you could be paying a lot more money for a delivery by myself, or you can come to my company and we will do it more cost effectively. We're doing it in August 17th to 20th, and in October the 19th to the 22nd. Okay, I'll give you more details in the description below. And that reminds me that we just need to, if I can kind of my cursor, I have a problem where my cursor just disappears on me. There we go. Let's have a go at doing this. So this was one of the entries for before. Let me kind of see the latest one. So I have to look at the other screen. I can't see it. Here we go. Hey, Joe Cat. Good to see you, sir. Awesome. Keep an eye out for, or ear out for, that code word. We're going to be saying it very soon. Okay. But great, we can see people are doing some chats with us. If you have questions, put those in there as well. And one of the final one is, if I just get to, I need to rearrange my screen a little bit to figure out why I can't see anything. There we go. And here it is, this one here. So this is the competition kind of item, the little banner at the bottom just to say we're going to have a code word. And the code word, I just need to go and turn on my system and go and grab the code word. And the code word for this one is sampled. That's sampled. S-A-M-P-L-E-D. I won't tell you what day Sunday and Monday were. If you want to see those, you have to head back to the videos and watch those. We've got our rules. We need to stick to them. Okay, so sampled is the keyword for Tuesday. So when you get to the questionnaire, you'll see it says what was the keyword for Tuesday, and you can put the word sampled in, and that will qualify you. Okay, let's go look at the, where is it there? Go back, and there we go. Let's go to my link here. So I'm going to go and show you the lab very quickly, that if you weren't around, you didn't see the lab before. I'm going to click on this link here. Now the link, by the way, is in the description for the Williams School Mind Map. So it's Mind Map, and we're going to click on that link. And we're going to come down and, I picked on the wrong one as well. I'm doing this one here. Okay, so further down, you'll see towards the end of that module, you'll see it says Lab Prepared Data in PowerBI Desktop. And what it's going to do, it's going to open up an environment for you, and it's going to get you to step through the Power BI desktop instructions. Now it's all installed inside of that environment, so you don't have to have it even installed locally, but you can obviously kind of simulate the same things if you were doing it on your own Power BI desktop. So if I clicked on that link and go in, you'll see right at the top, it will say load in lab and sign in to launch the lab. So I need to quickly sign in. It was a different day, so I'm going to re-sign in. And by the way, you need to qualify kind of which account you're going to use. As long as it's a Microsoft account and you can kind of load in, you'll get this type of window. And it says temporary credentials will be provided in the lab. So you go into the lab and it will have a couple of boxes there. We're going to click on Start Lab, and that will take about 2 minutes for that to provision up. So we're going to come back to that very soon. Okay, we're not going to sit and wait for this screen. We're going to come back to that. So let me zoom out, and while it's doing that, we'll come back and look at what the instructions are. But I want to just pick up the Pluralsight certification role IQ. So let me just go with this, and I will put this again in the link below. So I'm going to go to Pluralsight, and I'm going to log in, and I want to look at this. I've already logged in. I want to look at this item called a role IQ. Now it's a collaboration between Microsoft and Pluralsight to essentially get you on your training journey and to establish what skills or strengths and weaknesses you have around a certain technology. So we're going to look at the BI Data Analyst self-service, and we're going to click into here, and essentially this has a number of kind of different skills that are being measured, from Excel, manipulation, and data insights. And then there's the Power BI one for Analyst. We're going to click on that one. And essentially what that's going to do, if I scroll out a little bit, is it's going to ask you a series of questions. About 20, 25 questions. I can't remember exactly the number. And what it will do is, based on the answers to those, and some of these questions are timed, so kind of you don't need to kind of try and cheat it or try and kind of, you know, get the best score. It's evaluating your strengths and weaknesses. So just answer them as fast and as accurate as you can, get to the end, and it will give you a rating. And if you are relatively new to it and you don't really have a great deal of external knowledge right now about that product and service, you're probably going to be in the novice kind of area. If you've got a bit of experience and you've kind of been working with it for a little bit, you're probably going to end up somewhere in the proficient 101 to 200 range. And if you're expert level and you've been using it for a while and you kind of have a bit more skills, then 201 to 300. Essentially, I think to get you to the level that you need to be able to be to take the certification and pass it, you need to be in the high proficiency, so 180 and above. If you are above that, good likelihood is you've got kind of the strengths in those areas you need to have. There's some additional ones. There's a data analytics, literacy and visualization. This is just obviously one component will help you kind of establish where your strengths and weaknesses. And what it will do is it will give you a tailored plan of how to go about that. And we're also going to, with our mind map, go into a lot of the Microsoft Learn resources and figure out exactly what we have in there. So let's kind of start right from the top of the DA100 and go and show you the self-paced and the instructor-led courses. Let me kind of just bring that up very quickly. So this is the certification track. I'm clicking into the DA100. And in here, if I scroll in a little bit and then come down, you'll see that we have one exam gives you that certification. If you want to look at the skills measured, we have it basically broken into 5 categorical areas. Prepare the data, model the data, visualize the data, analyze the data, and then deploy and maintain deliverables. That's the kind of reports up into the service and the workspaces. If you want to look at a bit more detail, we can click on the download and takes us to a PDF. Let's kind of just move that a little bit into the right place. It's kind of a cursor's a little bit active today. And what we're going to do is in the different episodes, I'm going to try and get my cursor to play ball with me. This was episode 1 and we released that yesterday. So that's kind of up now on the YouTube channel. And on Wednesday, we will do the next 2. We're going to look at shared data sets and storage modes. And then on the following Friday, we are going to look at these next 2. Roughly what we find is we're going to be doing about 2 of each of these, maybe sometimes 1 and sometimes there's 3, depends on the scope of what it is. But there's 13 different days in August that we're going to be releasing every Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. So it will go out. We will have that video uploaded. What time of day, it varies. And also, you know, I kind of uploaded one. It took about 3 hours for it to be processed. So I need to try and kind of get them uploaded earlier so they're processed earlier. But we're going to have prepare the data covered inside of this month. If I go back to my whimsical for a second and load that, you'll see that we're doing in August, we're doing prepare the data. And then in September, we're going to have a focus on model the data. Then we got visualize the data in October, and the final 2, let's kind of move that down a little bit. The final 2 are covered in November. So this one and the analyzed data are both covered in November. And the reason is roughly the percentage of questions and the percentage of content we're covering. So prepare the data is a 20-25% proportional amount of questions you'll get in your exam. Model the data will be 20 to 25 to 30. Visualize the data will be 20 to 25 again. And then analyze the data and deploy and maintain deliverables will be 10 to 15% each. Across all of those, you'll get 100%, some mix of that. And it's going to vary from exam to exam, individual to individual. And there's a larger pool of questions and the type of questions, etc. So we will be doing a session, I think at the end of August, we were kind of doing a how to tackle certain types of questions inside of Microsoft exams. So, you know, the general kind of multi-choice question, you pick the right one or pick the multiples. But then there's other ones where you've got like hotspots where you kind of have to specifically place values into boxes. You've got ordering of structures. So we're going to go and look at some examples of that and show you some resources. Okay, let's see if our lab's provisioned. I'm not going to go through the lab like I did yesterday, but I just want to see if it's up and running. And if I go over to my lab, just going to make sure we can kind of grab it. There we go. I did go past it. There we go, and bring that back up. So this is what you're going to see if you're doing that lab, and I'm going to take off that as well. So prepare the data in Power BI Desktop. 45-minute lab. It won't take you 45 minutes, by the way. They're kind of very generous with their time in there, but you kind of have about 4 hours as well to play with this. And if you go to resources, you'll see that we have Control-Alt-Delete. We click on that. That's going to obviously send Control-Alt-Delete. We're a student, and we're going to click on the T, and it's going to type it in for me. It says if we click on the T, it does. Okay, there we go. Okay. And we're logged in now. So we're in as data analyst. Now, the instructions are in this instruction pane, and you basically just follow through the instructions. So you're going to go and open Power BI Desktop. You're going to go and save a file, and then you're going to follow the instructions for setting the options and performing some imports from SQL. If you wanted to see that, that's in yesterday's live stream. And also I've done some of that. Well, I've kind of gone through more of the content there inside of the episode 1. Okay, so but you can come in and just kind of click on the link and follow the instructions. They're very self-explanatory, and we could go and look at kind of one we looked at yesterday. Notice I don't have anything here because this is a brand new environment. The one I did yesterday is gone. It was kind of around for 4 hours and then it kind of gets killed. Reuse resources. Okay, so I'm not going to kind of spend any time in this, so I'm going to say I'm done. And once I've kind of finished with the lab, it will finish, and it will come down like maybe after the lab, check your knowledge, and you'll have a quick questionnaire to fill in to understand whether you understand the concepts of what the material is you just covered. So there's some great materials inside of that. Let me go to the browse, because I want to show you that there's something really important just there, and also just above it we've got data analyst role. And this is kind of where you come in and start your learning path and proper learning paths for what you're doing there. If I go back to browse, I have it on the left hand side there. I also have data analyst, and I can see all the results. So there's a couple of ways of kind of getting to the same thing. And under the certifications, if we go into that DA100, which is, you notice it's not here because it's these are kind of the higher level ones. So we're going to go in down to, sorry, go up a level. Now go to overview. So browse certifications. And what I want, DA100. Now we go into that certification and go down to the bottom. So going past where the online free, so that lists all the kind of different learning paths and the hyperlinks. The instructor-led, that gives you into more information about that specific exam and kind of where you can go and find the different course, the 13 different modules that it get covered in that course. And as I say, it's a 4-day course. It was originally 5. They've shortened it to 4. My brain just kept thinking it was 5 because when we first looked at this, it was going to be a 5-day course. Now, so that gives you kind of all the certifications up. But if we go to the bottom of, go back I should have gone back a level. Go to the bottom of this one and go to Journey to Certification. Here, let me kind of expand this a little bit for you. Is you kind of are probably starting somewhere around here, and you want to go and look at the skills outline guide. You want to see what is covered in that certification. We can see there's an exam kind of at the end, and that gives you a certification. But there's 2 methods of learning: self-paced, instructor-led, and hands-on experience of kind of doing it, working with, playing with it, going in and using some examples. So there's going to be materials we're going to share with you this week and during this month and in the next 3 months after that, around getting you ready for the data analyst certification. So August, September, October, and November, the content. And what we'll do is we'll kind of then maybe kind of say, look, here's some stuff you can do in December when you have time, and then look to take the certification when you feel you're ready. Okay. So that's kind of what we're doing with that certification. Let's go and also remind those who weren't with us before. Let's go and check the chat window as well. Okay, so nothing more in the chat window right now. And I'm going to kind of get rid of that for a second. I'm going to say we're in the process of building up the new Data+Train website. So this is going to be probably slightly different looking than what you're seeing here right now, but it's going to have the content that's kind of on this right hand side, all the kind of links and assets that I have are going to be put into this website. So once it's ready and we're happy when we launch it, we'll let you know. It'll be sometime hopefully this month, and then we'll be able to kind of, you know, give you more information, share more information with you, and files, etc. Okay, so if you're looking to do the DA100 as a instructor-led course, 4 days, as I said, we do have the certification, we do have the course that we're going to be running for this certification. It's a 4-day, and we do have it lined up for, and we kind of go to, where's my entry there? So I can't see it. Let me make sure I've got it in one of the hours. Okay, so I can't remember where I put it. Let me just bring it up then. So ticket Taylor. So again, I'll make you the link, but there against, I haven't updated the it to a 4-day yet, but basically this is the course with all the modules that you're going to be able to access, and we will be taking people through a lot of detail, a lot of depth. Myself and my company were PowerBI partners with Microsoft, so we kind of have that expertise, that knowledge. We do consultancy. We have full-time people doing PowerBI projects, and I do lots of training. And as a Microsoft Certified Trainer, and also I was involved in helping shape, in a small way, the scope of this exam. So I was involved in some workshops at Microsoft at the end of last year about the kind of what was going to be included and excluded in this specific course and exam. And then earlier this year, I was doing some exam question reviews with them as well. So I've kind of had a couple of kind of times to assist Microsoft on what the scope needs to be. So I have the expertise, I have the knowledge, my team are experienced consultants around that, and we can help you kind of with your challenges. So if you have questions, do get them into the chat window and let us know. I'm going to think if there's anything more I want to share right now. I'm just going to, there's one other item, I'm trying to remember what it was. Let me go back to where it was. Okay. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay, let me go here. So on the main websites for Microsoft Power BI, that's powerbi.microsoft.com. If you want to learn more about Power BI, there's some guided learning, some webinars and documentation, and also some great overviews as well to kind of get you started. So you want some samples? Click on here for the samples and go and pick up these samples and have a work with them. So there's some great stuff there. And there's one final thing that I have remembered what it was now. If you want to get started with Power BI, there's something called Dashboard in a Day. Now what this is oh, wrong link, .ms. I got lots of links with MS on it. That's the Dashboard in a Day. There we go. So it's aka.ms.diad for Dashboard in a Day. Come on here, and it's a full-day workshop. Now, we used to run these in person for up to 80 students at a time, and they were fantastic. I loved doing those, and they were great fun for both the instructor and the student alike. Naturally, at the moment, we don't have that ability, but we do have the Dashboard in a Day materials, and we also have our, and I'm going to say, I'm not going to show it because I know there's an issue with one of these certificates that we're using right now. So we have a website, a portal that is being transitioned to a new version, and hence the certificate is expired for the old one. We need to get a new one for the new site. But it's got a Dashboard in a Day recorded video, all 7.5 hours. And it's with our partner called Pragmatic Works, and they have some excellent resources. And we have a full 7-day access to that portal and that platform where you can access all of the videos. And I think for Power BI, we have something like 25 videos around kind of the different aspects of Power BI, development, deployment, visualizations, lots of stuff we're going to be sharing. So once our new website's up, we'll probably have some of the content on there. We'll also have the new version of that website up and running. But I'm going to say that's, I think, kind of it for today. I'm just going to check we don't have any other more questions. We don't. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say thank you very much. I hope to see you tomorrow, A reminder, the keyword for today is sampled, S-A-M-P-L-E-D. And if you want to know what the keywords for yesterday and the day before, run over to the YouTube channel. And that is going to be, oh, wrong one. Go to my channel. That's going to be the YouTube need to type in YouTube train. There we go. So if you go here, you'll see there's also a playlist for Power BI and exams. If you go into the Power BI one, you'll see a full list of all of the different playlists that we have around Power BI, and we will be adding to those as we go forward. So I bid you farewell. I will see you tomorrow, and stay safe. Bye for now.